Welcome to the Inside Silverstone podcast, a business-focused podcast covering all things tech, engineering and innovation. Hosted by me, Chris Broome, a huge tech, motorsport and gaming fan, and also the owner of Longhurst, a firm of lifestyle financial planners and independent financial advisors located in Silverstone, Northamptonshire. This is a series of unscripted and unpolished conversations with leading business owners, thought leaders and high-tech talent where we discuss their experiences within the Silverstone business and motorsport region. We will also be asking them to share their knowledge, insight and their thoughts on the future just for you. If you're looking to learn more about the Silverstone high growth region and commercially connect with like-minded peers, you've definitely come to the right place. Welcome to Inside Silverstone. Welcome to the next edition of Inside Silverstone. My name's Chris Broome and I'm your host. Today I am delighted to welcome back to the show Simon Dowson from Delta Motorsport. Simon, welcome to the show.
Hi Chris, thanks for having me on again.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on. So as we're doing a sort of a new short series called COVID Catch Up, which is where we are catching up with old friends like yourself on site, but also new friends, new people that we're meeting around Silverstone Park and the neighbouring region. So thanks for being a good sport for coming on. And as I was just saying to you off air, you are, as an Inside Silverstone podcast guest, the most downloaded guest we've ever had on the show. So my first question to you, Simon, is how do you feel knowing that?
Embarrassed, really, to be honest. It's not. Normally, I try and keep under the radar. I don't want to be out there too much. But no, it's nice. You know, I think it just say it like it is. Really, maybe it's better by the fact that we've got quite a few staff and they want to listen to what I've got to say.
Yeah, but I think it's just, as I said to you, people are impressed with what you're doing at Delta, clearly, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff you're doing at the moment, and people are genuinely interested. You know, you are a focal point alongside others on Silverstone Park. So, you know, long may that continue. So, how is life during COVID for Team Delta?
It's not been too bad. You know, we had plenty of work, so the main concentration for us was to how do we carry on that work and do it safely, looking after people's health and well-being. You know, we were set up to work remotely thanks to the guys within the team who look after the IT, one guy in particular, Graham. So that transition was quite easy. And we carried on as normal. We had projects to deliver. We did go through a round of furlough with some people, but that was more really just to see how the dust was going to settle on the projects we were doing. Were our customers going to put them on hold? Were they delayed? What were the impacts likely to be from suppliers? And you know, so we needed a bit of headspace to clear that out. So we did that through April, and then just started bringing people back.
Great.
Pretty much straight away, and some of the staff took holiday as well. So again, just trying to give the management team some room to think and plan ahead, which we've done successfully. So you know, it's obviously a bit difficult, but we're getting through it.
Well, your business seems like it's thriving. Some of the news stories on your website are really impressive. So, you know, you've confirmed that you're going to be moving or upsizing location on Silverstone Park. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, well, from the battery build perspective, obviously that is the clear, scalable element to the business. And with the new units that MEPC are building, we looked at some of the really big ones and thought about combining all of our 3 units that we've got into one. But, you know, the fit-out costs were quite expensive, so didn't want to move forward with that and end up constraining the business because of it, ending up with a big tie around our neck. So we took one of the sort of 10,000 square foot units. So we're moving out of a 5,000 square foot facility into a just over 10,000. Mainly production based now, because now we know people can work remotely easily. Mainly production based, but also it gives us greater flexibility with our testing capabilities because the unit has more power available to it. So we're doing a lot of work on cell and module based battery testing. So we're able to do that within the confines of the new unit. So I look forward to moving in there later on in the year, probably October.
Nice. And so, and that's required because of some of the new sort of partnerships that you're forming. So talk to us about British Touring Car.
Yeah, so the British Touring Car program, we're the provider of the battery system for Cosworth. So Cosworth it's their project.
Nice.
And with TOCA, the organising body of the British Touring Car Championship, and they put in a tender. We went in alongside them as the energy provider, and it's working really well. We had our targets. Originally the program was potentially scheduled for being done in 21, and then actually prior to COVID it was already moved to 22. But the TOCA group wanted to stick with the timing that we had in there for 21. So, Cosworth were able to drive all the partners forward to do that, and we ran the system for the first time. We did shakedown and then on track earlier on in July. So it was good.
And that was at Snetterton.
It was, yeah. It was in the rain primarily, but
how did it all go?
Yeah, no, it went well. It went well. We've got more work to do, but we've got plenty of time to work through everything. And Cosworth are a great partner. So yeah, I look forward to it.
And that's because from a British Touring Car Championship is it 2022? It's going to be full hybrid.
It is, yeah, and they're the first champion to make that hybrid step, especially from a sort of premier category. It's full EV is particularly challenging, and costs are really high. So Cosworth were able to pull together a package, a cost-effective package that was suitable to the British Touring Car Championship, and the hybrid transition. It means that the teams will drive out of the pit lane on effectively electric drive, and then switch to effectively the hybrid package, and they'll have a push to pull alongside. It's not a push to overtake, so it's a power boost from the battery, but it should be enough to get the driver up alongside enough to be able to challenge for the next corner, basically. So
nice.
Great concept, really good series. So yeah, British
Touring Car is such fun to watch. I think as a general spectator, you can, and it's obviously a lot cheaper to go to, but I think for the everyday spectator, it's such good fun to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's the situation with JLR?
So that is a new project so we're providing the battery system for a program where they're doing a new hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. So again, our element is the battery system, but this one has a good potential route to market there afterwards. So not just prototype work, but then looking ahead to, can we be a provider of the energy system for these vehicles as they look forward to production. So that one is a collaborative R&D project. That's just started. So that's a really good thing. And we've done a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle before, sort of back in 2010, I think it was 2011. So we've got some experience with the technology, but it's funny as a source of energy. It's something that people always say, it's sort of 10 years away. It always feels like it's 10 years away, but it's getting a lot of momentum again now. So for us to have another refresh on what's going on and who the players are in the market, even though we're not directly involved with that part, but we will understand what's going on from the other partners, is really helpful, keeps us abreast of the market. And as a fuel, it's something that we could look to put into other systems that we're developing, like our catalytic generator can run off hydrogen. So just understanding what's out there is good.
So why do you think as a fuel type it is coming into the forefront a bit more now, as opposed to being kicked down the road, as it were?
Well, then, when you've got when you want to push down the CO2 targets, and because big batteries are big and expensive, people are looking for what is that hybrid option, and fuel cells were always expensive, the costs are coming down, but they require you to obviously carry around a very high pressured cylinder with hydrogen in it, and normally that hydrogen is quite refined as well. So having the infrastructure in place to be able to service the people that are driving around takes a bit of time. So that sort of pushed it down the road a little bit, but it's clean, it's super clean. So, you know, it'll take you to zero emissions. And, you know, when you've got alternative fuels are obviously coming out there, so e-fuels, but maybe they don't work with internal combustion engines. So then what does it need? So, you know, there's still all this uncertainty, and which is good, because those uncertainties mean that people are looking at all the options, and they involve smaller businesses like ours to look at those solutions. So,
greater opportunity. Yeah, great. What's the I read this on your website. So the Delta S2 flexible vehicle platform. What's this? What's this project?
So this was something. So we launched it last year at the Low Carbon Vehicle Show. It basically, we started off and we were going to upgrade one of our own electric cars with partners Alcon and Titan. Titan, who look after steering systems for automotive and motorsport applications, and Alcon do a brakes package for road car and motorsport. So working with those guys, we were going to just incorporate their brake-by-wire and steer-by-wire systems onto one of our own cars. And within thinking about the project and taking it on a bit further, we thought, well, actually, we're not going to get the maximum value from doing this ourselves, putting it on one of our existing cars. Let's look at what the next step is. And the next step was to look at developing a platform, so the lower level, the powertrain element of the vehicle, which incorporates then brake-by-wire and steer-by-wire, and gives you basically like a roller skate that you can put on top whatever you want. If you want to carry goods, people, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You've got your base foundation, you know, your battery, your electric drive, and steering and braking. So so we developed this system, and it's also applicable for autonomous applications. So you don't have a driver on it currently. It's driven by something that looks like an Xbox controller remotely. So the guys have had a bit of fun using that.
I'm sure.
And then we're upgrading it in the next few months. We're actually going to have a driver and passenger on there, but they will use effectively a bit like a gaming set of pedals and steering, so that you understand, you know, force feedback in the steering wheel, and the just different, you know, even if you're not active on those vehicles yourself, the feeling of moving in a vehicle without you being in control is something that we've got to start getting used to. And it's understanding, what does that feel like? How uneasy do you actually feel? How quickly do you want to pull away, and things like that, because it's a little bit unexpected. And also, it also brings into play with autonomy, there's various different levels, and full autonomy is really challenging because of the environment that you're having to monitor all the time. And see, some of those things within that environment are not necessarily fixed like humans, and that in front of you. And you need really good connectivity all the time to do that. And maybe in some environments you don't have it. You know, you don't have, even in some of our villages, you don't have cellular service or satellite signals. So, you know, what happens then? So you have to have the ability for somebody on board to take control.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to demonstrate, and we've done it in a way. Another partner in there, TechoSim, have developed this sort of low-cost chassis platform. Doesn't require lots of tooling, and again can flex in length and width as people want different things. But yeah, we're really learning a lot. You know, you've got, the platform doesn't have a front and a back, so you've got steering on both ends. So you can pretty much do what you want, and you've got independent front wheel sort of front wheel. So one end you've got hub motors on each of the wheels, and then on the other end you've got an inboard motor driving through a gearbox. So you've got all-wheel drive effectively. So,
Nice.
things.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So you guys aren't like quiet at the moment. You guys are doing quite a lot. So and that's just 3 projects we've spoken about, plus existing contracts you're working on and public stuff and secret stuff.
Yeah, we've got lots going on. It's really challenging for the team at the moment because we've probably got too much going on. Just in the transition that some programs are starting to come to an end, but other ones have already started. So, a lot of work for the team to get through, and that's why with communication, it's been a little bit more challenging being remote because as engineers we're used to being in close contact with people and looking over people's shoulders, and those things we've got to find a different way for the moment.
But you are, and you will, and sort of onwards and upwards, which is the fact you're going into a new larger unit is confirmation of that. So
yeah,
exciting times. Simon, I'm going to start pulling this interview to a close. So thank you so much for coming on. 2 final questions. So post-COVID, whenever that is, next year, what's the one thing you're personally looking forward to doing the most?
I think probably hugging my mum, to be honest. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Mum is boy and all that. So
yeah. Have you seen those plastic sheets that you can get where you can put your arms through them and get them out?
No, I haven't. I need to.
I'll send you a link. I'll put it in the show notes. There's been some stuff on social media where they've created these things where you can put your hands through and then give your loved one a hug. So we'll try and get one sent to you.
Brilliant.
Excellent. Right, final question. This is a bit of a weird question, so bear with me. I randomly thought of it yesterday when I was interviewing somebody else. So, drum roll. Simon, what is the king of crisps?
King of crisps. Well, I'm not a huge crisp eater.
Okay.
But probably a flame grilled steak crinkle cut would be my king of crisps.
Like a McCoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a
I didn't want to mention the brand.
No, that's fine. We can go brand. There are other brands are available.
Yeah,
so it's fine. But like a steak flavoured crinkled McCoy.
Yeah,
that's deep flavour. Like that's a good choice. Cool. Simon Dowson from Delta Motorsport, thank you so much for coming on COVID Catch-Ups. Been great to see you. Thanks for obviously sharing all the great news. Look forward to seeing all of it, to be fair. I'm very much excited about the 2022 British Touring Car Championship, fully hybrid, knowing that you guys are behind it and behind the Cosworth package. So that's really, really exciting. So thanks for coming on and look forward to catching up with you soon.
Cheers, Chris. Stay safe.
See you later. You too.
Bye.
The Inside Silverstone podcast is produced by the team at Longhurst for the benefit of those with a passion for all things tech, engineering and innovation. For more information, please visit longhurst.co.uk/Inside Silverstone, whilst also remembering to give us a 5 out of 5 star rating on iTunes. Please note that neither Chris Broome or Longhurst work for Silverstone Park, Silverstone Circuit or Silverstone Technology Cluster.